Beans are looking pretty good. Knee-high by the 4th of July. Corn was knee-high by the 4th of June. Pretty well canopied in this part of the field. These were planted May 10th. No-till into corn stalks from last year. See if we can't go get some water on us. Pivot's been running every week for the past several weeks. Neighbors across the road still haven't planted anything yet. They've been tilling that ground several times. Stuff looks like powder over there. They must know something I don't know. Ain't much water coming from the sky lately. Definitely could use some on the other fields, and boots are wet. On the other fields and the pastures, but like I've said before, we got months of forage in the pasture because the cows get moved. But these beans don't need to be sprayed anymore. I think this part of the field only got sprayed once. They're canopied now. There's no reason to spray them again. We try to minimize the amount of times that we spray Roundup. I mean, what's the point in throwing chemicals on your ground if you don't need it? You're not helping. You're not really helping it by spraying that stuff on it. Which is why I'd like to try some organic crops in the future. Get a roller, roll that cover crop down, and get that cash crop coming on up through, laying a nice mat on the ground to suppress weeds, and using vetch or crimson clover or any clover to fix nitrogen in the ground for corn. So we're going to experiment with that the next couple years, see what we can achieve with it. You see the difference when you got bare ground, which this looks like a sprayer track or something, but pretty well dried up because there's nothing there shading out the ground. holding moisture. But yet, the neighbors across the road got bare ground all in their field. Whatever. And everybody thinks we're crazy. Shoot. At least we're trying to farm for profit. Bare ground in almost the middle of July. I don't see how that's trying to farm for profit. That seems like you're trying to go broke. But that's big company farming for you, conventional farming for you. They probably get so big that they don't really care about their principles of farming. I don't know. I think we're gonna start pouring the footers or getting them figured up this week for the grain bin. Since both silos are down now, it's gonna go right there, the grain bin. And I think we may try and use this one. Could fit a couple loads in that one. Patch it up and fix it up. But that's gonna be the main bin right there. So, making some progress. A lot more made in the past, couple months than probably the past 20, 30 years. But yep, be a nice day to go down in the river. Looks like it's pretty low. Not good kayaking, but maybe some good floating. Can't really see it. There's a lot of trees around here. Here's an open spot. Well, we're gonna keep on rolling. Another example of 30-inch beans. It's probably where I bunched up with the planter and them corn stalks, because there's not a lot of corn stalk there. But 30-inch beans, still not canopying the ground. Bare ground. What grows up in bare ground? Weeds. Come over to 15-inch beans. Canopy in the ground. See many weeds down in there? I don't. Weeds aren't gonna grow if they can't germinate with sunlight and water. Bare ground. We'll get her filled in with a cover crop this fall. And next time there's corn out here, there'll be cows out here grazing it, the stalks. So we won't have near the amount of corn stalk residue to be planting through. Plus we'll be getting grazing days off all the corn stalks and putting it back down on the ground with cow poop. It's a win-win. Plus the cows clean up all the ear corn that the combine shouldn't have knocked down, but you see all the volunteer corn out here. Cows clean up all the ear corn and anything that the combine missed, so you don't have near the amount of volunteer corn coming up. It's a win-win, don't you think? I need to quit giving these neighbors such a hard time. Look at this stuff. Freaking powder. You ain't gonna get anything to germinate in that stuff until you get a rain. There ain't no moisture left. Freaking. There's a little bit. Good grief. Whatever organic matter, if there was any there, is gone. And whatever soil composition, if there was any, is gone. Old school farming. I guess if it works for you, it works, but it don't work for us anymore. Not that we did much of it, but I think this side of the road looks a lot better. I may be biased. What do y'all think? Does that look like it's profitable? Maybe they'll surprise me in the next month or two, but I don't see how that can be profitable. Oh well, not my problem.